I don't want to include my friend, who has been disrespectful to me and my partner, in our new D&D campaign. We have been friends for 2.5 years. How can I tell her? Plus, all updates. I have a friend, who we'll call Beth, 26 female, who recently went through a pretty bad breakup in late August. She's been really upset about it, and I've been a major support for her during the pre-breakup, the breakup and the post-breakup drama. Beth definitely considers me one of her best friends, and while I consider her a close friend, she doesn't really make the top 3. I've been friends with her for 2.5 years, but a year of that time we didn't live in the same city. I was also friends with her now ex-boyfriend first and became friends with her after, and am still friends with the now ex-boyfriend. Both Beth and her now ex-boyfriend were part of a D&D group that was comprised mostly of her friends, but after the breakup, the group said they wanted him to stay and Beth could leave if she wasn't comfortable with that, and she chose to leave. I don't know why they picked the boyfriend over her. But it could be because she was shitty, or it could be that he was just more fun to play with, plus he painted little figures for all of them, plus they felt bad for him. The breakup was kinda Beth's fault. I started dating this new guy in July, who we'll call Matt, and I really like him. A month ago we decided to hold a board game night with one of his friends, and I invited Beth and her new boyfriend, because I thought it would be fun for Matt to meet Beth, plus we needed more players. At the games night, Beth was super disrespectful and wasn't a team player. Matt spent 30 minutes reading the complex rules, and Beth said, "Yeah, I didn't listen to any of that, and I'm just going to ask you about everything." Which obviously made Matt a bit annoyed. She proceeded to ask basic questions about the rules, which meant we had to spend another 20+ minutes explaining everything to her. Also, she and her boyfriend refused to fight each other and were super annoying together. So it really impacted the strategic element of the game because they were instant allies. Later, Matt made a strategic move to invade her lands because it was the easiest thing for him to do in order to get more points, and he was apologetic, but taking other people's lands is the point of the game. She got super upset and decided to go take a smoke break, so we all had to wait for her, and then was pouty and rude for the rest of the game. She also made out with her boyfriend in the middle of the game quite a bit, not just a fun kiss, like full-on kissing and mild groping. After she left, both Matt and his friend were like, "Well, that was awkward. Your friend kinda sucked," and I felt the same way. She was bratty in front of my new boyfriend and his close friend, who I was trying to make an impression on. I saw her a week or so later, and towards the end of our visit she said, "By the way, if you and Matt are starting up a new D&D campaign, let me know, because I got kicked from the other one and I really want to play again, and you should include me." And I was like, "Oh, yeah." Maybe. I don't know if Matt's group is going to start one anytime soon because they just finished one and tried to be super non-committal. I mentioned that she wanted to join D&D to Matt, and he was firmly against it based on her behavior from the board game night. Well, Matt and his friends decided they want to start a new campaign in the coming weeks, and we did a trial run this last weekend, and all of his friends said I was great, despite being brand new to D&D, and fit right in, and I'm super excited. The people who are playing are Matt's core friends and their girlfriends, one of which is the same friend who was there at the board game night and witnessed Beth's behavior. I don't want to include Beth in the group. I'm certain she'll flake on the night we've decided on sometimes, because she babysits on occasion, plus she's perpetually 30+ min late to everything, and I know that Matt and his friend don't want her there either. Also, I'm sure that if we invite her, we'll have to invite the boyfriend, who's a cool guy, but I don't really wanted them making out and being annoying together in the campaign. However, this campaign is going to go on for months. And I don't really want to have to lie to her about my plans every Friday night if she asks to hang out. Another piece to add her is that since the breakup, she feels a lot of her friends are making plans without her, and she's feeling really alone and isolated. I don't want to contribute to that, but these also aren't her friends or my friend even, they're my boyfriend's friends. Should I tell her that yes, a D&D campaign is starting, but we already have a lot of people in the party and she's not invited? Or conveniently forget she asked to join and bring it up a couple weeks after the campaign is going? But with this option she might ask to join anyway, because I think you can do that. Not sure, I'm a D&D noob, not tell her at all and make a different excuse every Friday night for the next 6+ months? Tell her she sucks and I don't feel comfortable including her because I can't trust her not to be a brat/drama queen or bail last minute on the evening. TLDR, my close friend wants to join D&D with me and my newish boyfriend plus his friends, but she made a terrible impression on them before and I don't trust her not to be brat again if she joins. She doesn't know that we're starting a new campaign this week. How do I tell her she can't join us? Or do I tell her at all? Update. 2 years later. While my original post didn't get much attention, wanted to provide an update as the advice I got was super helpful. I ended up not mentioning the D&D campaign to her and she never really brought it up, and when she did I kept it super vague. The friendship slowly started to fade and we got coffee about 6 months after my post and she spent the entire time talking about herself and life and barely asked me anything about mine. Like of a 2-hour coffee. I maybe spoke for 10 minutes max. I was happy to let the friendship fade because of some other shitty behavior from her, but finally she confronted me over Facebook about it all and I decided to tell her I just didn't want to be friends anymore and I wished her all the best. I felt pretty bad, as it wasn't the nicest thing, but I genuinely wasn't keen on staying her friend and was hoping she'd take the hint and just let it fade, and at least she has that closure of me formally ending the friendship. Based on her social, looks like she has lots of great friends now and things are going well for her, which is great. She's a fun person, just not a fit for me I think. The D&D campaign went amazingly, my character actually ended up dying and then being resurrected by a different god in order to kill the big bad guy, and my character ending up dealing the finishing blow. We just started a new campaign that Matt is DMing this time and it's super fun so far. In other news, Matt actually proposed to me a few weeks ago and we just bought a house together. So things are great. And while I don't have tons of friends, the ones I do have are way more fun to play board games and D&D with, and I'm making a big effort in 2020 to make more friends. Wanted to thank everyone who gave me the advice on the first thread, particularly the person who gave me their permission to lie. TLDR, formally ended the friendship with my friend after more crappy behavior from her, which was a little awkward, and am now engaged to my boyfriend from the original post and obsessed with D&D. What do you guys think? Let's discuss in the comments. Follow and like for more stories.